Well, good morning. Welcome to Zen Live and Ideas that can change your life. And what's in the news today? Let's see what we can spin here. Do you like my little Buddhist prayer wheel? This is my new metaphor for spinning stories. The world spins. The world is spinning, just like Irma. Let's look into it. Let's look into the eye and see what we can see. So the idea I just came up with as I walked through my office, there's Morning Joe, MSNBC, and all eyes, all scopes, all attention is on Irma. Irma. And I just, that we're now into how many weeks of intense focus on nature, on a hurricane, because it was Harvey just a while ago, and now it's Irma. It's almost like one terrorist attack after another. You notice how terrorist attack focus their attention? Oh my God, there's a terrorist attack in Paris, London. And it gets analyzed, and they just and every little detail, and they keep coming up with new details. Hurricane, focused, analyzed, can't change anything, but new details of new tracking, finer and finer tuning, can't change anything, but we just keep focusing on the details, on the track, on the information. But the force cannot be controlled. So isn't there a similarity between terrorism and hurricanes? The terrorism is a human attack on culture, on patterns, on our sameness. Hurricanes are a natural attack on our culture, our patterns, our homeostasis. That's a great word, homeostasis. The power to maintain sameness, homeostasis. Like nature, there's a certain homeostasis in nature. In other words, ground zero, want to come back and maintain itself. You disrupt it, and if you leave it like a snow globe, take a snow globe, I wish I had my snow globe here, shake a snow globe, but then take your hands off, homeostasis is restored, and the snowflakes all come down, and still shake it, homeostasis comes back down. Terrorism, shake it, and we try to restore order. Hurricane, shake it, and we try to restore order. Isn't that interesting? So life is basically forces disrupting our homeostasis, and then our efforts to bring everything back to order. Quite often, the order we restore is not the same after terrorism or a hurricane. 9/11 was the big one. 9/11 was Irma. And we're still trying to restore order. But what we're restoring is different after 9/11. And the order that will be restored in Florida will be different after Irma. But let's take a look. Got the Irma here. New threat, chaos. So Irma represents death. Doesn't it? I mean, if you basically want to say what is the one thing in common between terrorism and Irma, is loss, death. Loss, all that whether I lose this, oh no, where did my marker go? Or my cat just died, oh no, where did my cat go? Or my father just died, oh no, where did my father go? Or boom, I'm shot, oh no, where did I go? There's different teeny bits of loss to big loss, but it's all death, you see. It's all loss. It's all a disruption of culture. Culture would be the culture is a semantic world created by language. Culture. American culture. Then you got subset, like Russian nesting dolls. You got the big American culture. Then you got your liberal and your conservative culture. And then you got your religious and your atheist culture. And then you got your all-right culture and all-left culture. And then you got your, all these Russian nesting dolls. But the big one here is the American culture. And then you got your French culture. And all of this is held together by a language and a reality agreed upon. I mean, that's basically what it is. We all agree that American culture is what we perceive, and we say this is it. This is real. But if we come here from, if you go to India, and you look at India through the concepts and perception of American culture, it is unbelievable. And yet the people that live there, that's their fishbowl. They're fine with it. They operate in it. So every culture is like a fishbowl. Then when you look at the other culture through your fishbowl, it doesn't make any sense. It's terrible. Anyway, I digress. So what we're looking at here is a conflict, a crashing into, okay, of chaos, death, destruction, disorder, into homeostasis, into a sameness, into a no disturbance, no problem, you see. So this culture, our American culture, is one that is specifically designed to keep out the new chaos and death, you see. We don't want any disruptions. Look at our, I mean, this is so obvious, but it's so obvious it's unconscious. Oh no, the power just went out and my little internet is disrupted. Oh my God. Oh no, Walmart is out of the eggs I like. Oh my God. Oh no, the gas prices went up 10 cents. Oh my God. All of this basically is my pattern is changed, is disturbed. My pattern of sameness is disturbed. Oh no, the cat pooped on the floor. Oh no. You see, it's just if you look around, this is what's going on. We all want this homeostasis. We don't want to be disturbed. We don't want our patterns interrupted. We want sameness. But at the same time, we're bored to death with sameness. Oh my God. Sameness is death. Now here's the paradox. The only thing that interrupts sameness is death. Change, loss, disruption. So see this, you see this, the irony of it all? We want sameness. We don't want to be disturbed. We don't want to have any disruptions, any oh no, the power fluctuated. What's that? There is a blink in the power. Oh no. Is that a sign of the end of times? Oh no. There's a hurricane. Is that the sign that the world is coming to an end? Oh no. You see. So all this is the basic formula. We live in a culture that is terrified of death and change and new and disruptions at the same time. We love change and disruptions and death. Otherwise, the media would not focus with all of its powers on every little disruption. Oh no, there was a car, there was a little bomb, a terrorist act. Was it terrorist? Somebody got stabbed in London. Was that a terrorist act? Oh, it was okay. It was just a wife stabbing her husband. Nothing. No interest. Boring. Was it a Muslim? Oh my God. That's a sign that death is coming. How many more Muslims are coming? Oh my God. You see, was it just normal death? Acceptable death? Oh, there's a car wreck. A car ran into some people. Was he drunk? Oh, no, never mind. Was it a Muslim? Oh my God. The same death happened, different imagined cause. One death was just death. We accept that. You go out in your car. We're close. We are so sometimes I'm amazed when you're driving in your car, how calm we are being so close to death. Trucks go by, whew. Cars go by, whew. Death. 1 inch, boom, you're gone. 1 inch, boom, death. Wiped out. But we just go, no problem. But Indians live with a cobra in their garden. Oh my God, how do you live with a cobra? So you see how we get acculturated to normal death. We live because, all this electricity, power, very close to the house being burned down. One little disruption in the system, and poof, it all goes up in smoke. Yet we live in it, no problem. You see, we have insurance. We have insurance against death and loss. We have insurance against this, you see. That's we buy insurance to prevent disruption in our homeostasis. So, what's interesting though, in getting back to Irma, so we got this huge terrorist attack of nature coming on to homeostasis. Life is normal. And then we're very focused in on all the disruptions on a personal matter. Oh my God, that person lost their dog. Oh my God, that person lost their house. Oh my God, that person lost their sister. And how do you feel? How do you feel? What does it feel like to lose your house? What does it feel like? Oh, I want to know what it feels like to lose. I want to know what it feels like to die. I want to know what it feels like to be disrupted. I'm so interested. What is it like to have everything destroyed? Oh my God, you see. What is it like? The microphone, feeling. What does it feel like to be disrupted? What does it feel like? We're so fascinated with that. We're fascinated because living in a pattern that never changes is death. There's no life there. Life is disruption. Life is a problem, says Zorba the Greek. Life is a problem because life is creative. So what happens when Irma hits Florida? What happens when Harvey hits Texas? What happens when a terrorist hits France? What happens when a terrorist hits America, you see? It's basically the same formula. Now we know what the cause of the terrorist is. Well, we think we do, but we really don't. And we don't know what the cause of Irma is because we have conflicting culture, has conflicting theories about the first cause. One side says, well, it's men's causing it. It's your culture, your fuel consumption culture. The other one says, no, it's your sins. You let the homosexuals in, so God's going to bring a hurricane, punish you. Been bad. Science says you've been bad. You've been using too much gas. You've been using too much oil. You've been bad. You get punished. So both of these are basically punishment theories. But they don't get to the bottom of what's really going on, which is creativity. So when hurricane hits sameness, when chaos hits order, you get creativity. What's going to happen in Florida now? Huge creativity. Even now, as you look at the reports, it's all about creativity. People coming together, People doing this. There's two sides to creativity. One side would be price gouging. That's a creative act. I'm going to raise prices. And the other one is where I'm going to give you my water. I got bought a generator. I'm going to give you my generator. Love is creativity. Compassion is creativity. So when the patterns are broken, what comes in? Compassion, unity, life, spontaneous giving. Life becomes spontaneous when your old patterns are broken up. That's what we call shake things up. Well, when you shake things up, it becomes spontaneously. Spontaneity is released. Creativity is released. Because you're going to be creating a new order. You're going to be creating a new order out of the broken old order. That's going to demand creativity, insight, new ideas that never existed before. New problems create new ideas. So instead of saying, death is coming, oh no, say creativity is coming, oh yes. Creativity is coming, oh yes, the opportunity to grow, to be excited, to have new ideas, to build, to restore, to share, to become unified with my fellow man. Whereas before, in my old patterns, I didn't give a damn, let the insurance take care of it. I don't want to get up from my TV. I'm in my old homeostasis here. That's their problem. So, when death and chaos come, whatever the form, it's going to be creativity time. It's going to be now time. Aha. So now we get here, you see. Now we get into Eckhart Tolle, my old friend. The power of now. The power of creativity. The power of being here. And being required by the situation to be responsive, be creative, for love to come out, for connectivity, to restore a living connectivity. You see, what the hurricane is restoring, or maybe not restoring, but activating, is a creative interconnectivity. Oh, we're all working together. We're all helping each other. We're all getting along. Creatively, we're all coming up with new ways to do things. Spontaneously. Because the old system is gone. The old patterns are gone. The old ways that all of our old insurances are all gone. And we have to be alive. And we have to be new. And we have to be wonderful. So, a new way of looking at this, you see. You can get back in the argument of who caused it. Did our greed in fossil fuels create Irma, or did our sin against the Bible create Irma? You see, that's like getting shot by an arrow, and before you can get it out, you have to figure out who shot you. Or if you're poisoned, before you can get the antidote, you have to figure out, well, what kind of a poison was that? Well, that may be because you have to know what it was. But I mean, I think Buddha used this example. You're shot by an arrow. The first concern is to get the arrow out, and not what kind of an arrow was it? Was that made in China or America? What was the cause of that arrow? I don't care what the cause of it. Let's get the arrow out. What was the cause of the hurricane? I don't give a damn. Let's get creative. So whether it's caused by God or by man, you're still going to have to deal with the effects. You're still going to have to get creative. And you can't get creative if you're focused on the cause. Creativity is its own cause. When you have a creative idea, it's not coming from something somebody else already knew. It's not coming from the past. It's now. You see. So when chaos, something burns down, you deal with the fire. You deal with getting out of the fire. You deal with getting a new place to live. You get creative. You come up with something that never existed before because the conditions never existed before. That's the beauty of chaos. It recreates conditions that never existed before, so you have to adapt and come up with a new order. And that's what human beings are all about. Animals do this, but it's very slow. They can't adjust rapidly. Animals can adjust their species slowly if their environment changes. We're watching this now. So you get the white rabbits in the snow, and they're now becoming brown rabbits because there's no snow. But it's a gradual change. But human beings, bam, we can adapt immediately because we have a creative mind that creates new realities. We create realities. The old one, the old patterns, the old culture, the old belief system, this homeostasis, you see, only exists so it can be broken up and we can become creative again. So thank you for dropping in. My little bell rang, and I'll see you at Martini's.